Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Now you can.
Okay, I'm trying it live again. I hope Lowe's Girl's still out there. I hope Ford's Tools is still out there. And I'm trying it again. I'm trying it a different way instead of being on. Hi, Ford. I see you. That's awesome. I tried it on OBS and that just did not work. So I had to find another way to do it. Hey, Gloanne, how are you? Good to see you, honey. Good to see all of you. Hi, Sunshine Cooper. Good to see you too. You know, have you had a good day today, everybody? Had a good holiday? You get the wrench. Don't let me down, Ford, because I tell you what, I don't even want to deal with all that. So anybody that comes in, let's see, we'll get him a wrench. Let's get Gloanne a wrench. I'm telling you, she's awesome. We're going to give her a wrench.
I don't know how to do that.
And I'm not sure how to do it, I guess. We'll figure it out. There it is. Add moderator. Add Gloanne. Hi, Black Storm. Good to see you. Hi, Corvette. I'm amazed that all you guys are still up. Now, Kale's fam, she never sleeps. Everywhere I go, no matter how late at night, there's Kale's. So it's good to see you, honey. Edmund Moen, it's good to see you. Hey, I want you to know as we're talking and doing things, if you guys want to check out each other's channels, you can. We call it hugs. We're going to hug each other because I believe that there's not enough love in this world. And the more we can hug each other, the better it is. Hugs, hugs, hugs to you, Gloanne. And there's Tina Davies. Hello, Tina. Grumpy Poo Productions. Good morning. Oh, I hope you don't get up and step in some grumpy poo. I guess if you stepped in some wet poo, it'd make you pretty grumpy, wouldn't it? Sure would me. Sticky Buds 420. It's 2:30 p.m. down under. Okay, so you're in Australia. So it's a good time for you to be on. Mark Romeo, is that it? Mark Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Mark Romeo. So let's give him some love. He's new. If any of you guys check out my channel that aren't already supporters of mine, after the stream, I will check you out and make sure you leave a comment on one of my videos and all that kind of good stuff. Okay. A lot of people have been, asking me questions when I go on other people's streams and everything. So I thought this would be a really good opportunity to, we could just talk and kind of get to know each other. Oh, thank you, Life with May. I really appreciate that wholeheartedly. I guess I'll tell you a little story about my voice since that came up on the stream first. I've been singing a long time. I've been performing since I was about 14 years old. That was my first performance in front of a crowd of 500 people, and I did it on a dare. And believe it or not, I used to be a class clown. So when someone dared me to do something, I was going to do it. So that's how I ended up singing the first time in front of a live audience, and I got a standing ovation. So I just kind of kept singing after that. And got my first guitar and started writing songs. By the time I was 15, I was performing my original music. And so I've been doing music a very long time. I'm 54. I don't mind telling you how old I am. I'll be 55 in August. And I think that people should be proud of getting older because it's a privilege denied to many. So, what was the first song I ever sang? Is that what you're asking me, Gloanne? The first song I ever sang in front of a crowd of 500 was a song called You Light Up My Life. And that was a very popular song at the time. So it was a really good thing. I dedicated it to my grandparents. And I did the best that I could. Thank you, Stone Kingdom of Yahweh. I really appreciate that. And thank you, Maui Con girl. Oh, she's down in Hawaii, which is where I want to go, but not to the Big Island right now, that's for sure. But I've always wanted to go to Hawaii, and I hope that one day that I can. Really appreciate it. Okay, let me catch up here. How are you, Mama? Doing well? Yes, Shadow Wolf. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing real good, actually. Okay, Kel's fan was born in August. My birthday is the same day as Whitney Houston. Same day, same year. August 9th, 1963. So when's yours? Maybe she'll pop it in here in just a minute. What happened is, what was she asking?
Learning the guitar hard.
Oh, okay. Life with May was asking me if learning the guitar was hard. Well, in some ways, yes, it was. And in some ways, no, it wasn't. You know, my dad played guitar, and I was raised with my grandparents. So on Sundays when my dad would pick me up, he would often sit and play, and I would just be mesmerized. And I really wanted to play. So when I was about 7, he showed me "You Are My Sunshine." And that was probably the only song I knew till I ended up getting my own guitar. And that was on my 14th birthday. So it was really kind of nice. And I learned to play guitar on a guitar with no amplifier. So that's kind of interesting too. So when I saved up enough money and got my amplifier, my grandparents were astonished that I could play. I had 2 months guitar lessons. That's all I had. But I was in band, and I played a flute in band. And so I took the knowledge that I learned about music theory and stuff and just kind of, put it on the guitar. Now, nowadays, I mostly play by ear, but I do know music theory, so I can figure it out if I have to. Oh, my goodness, there's so many people in this stream. I can't believe people are up this late. Okay, we got Edmund mowing. Hey, Edmund. Edmund, my yard needs mowed. Can you come to Indiana? We'll see what we can do. That would be great. Okay. And Charles, good to see you too. Tina Davies. Faith in the Fallen. Your dad used to play and sing to me that song too. Wow. And started calling me Sunshine Girl. That's really nice. That's my nickname that I had for my middle son, Corey. I used to call him Sunshine all the time. And my 3 boys, my nicknames for them, my oldest I called Moonshine, because when things got tough and things got dark, he was always the first one to shine his light to help. And my middle son, I called him Sunshine because he shined the brightest. But when it was nighttime or when he was sick, you didn't notice he was shining. And Rant Jams, I called him Starshine. And now that you know Rant, you probably know why. I think he was always destined. My kids was always in front of the camera. They grew up with music. I brought them home from the hospital. We would be having band practice and that sort of thing. So they kind of grew up with it, and I never wanted to force it on them. I wanted to have an interest. And I don't believe in making someone learn to play an instrument or anything like that. So anyway, we're talking about my voice, and then I went back and got all off track. I wanted to tell you guys that both of my parents died of cancer, one in 2003 and the other one in 2006. And I think the stress, all of it really got to me so much that I lost my voice for 2 years. And I thought I would never, ever sing again, ever. Then I moved from southern Indiana up to northern Indiana. And I happened to move right next door to a man that reminded me a lot of my father. And he was a very good musician. And it wasn't long before he had asked me, he'd heard an album that I did. And he'd asked me if I would go play with him at like an American Legion. And I told him I would. My husband told me, honey, I know you want to do that, but I don't think you can. And when someone asks you to do something and it looks so much like your dad, you just say, yep, I'll do it. So I did. I went and played, and my voice, when it came back 5 steps lower. So my voice is very low now, very bluesy, which is kind of cool because I can do a lot of songs I didn't used to be able to do. And there's songs that I probably used to do that I can't pull off as well. But I always did like that bluesy kind of music. So it's kind of nice to be able to sing it again. Okay, Life with May, you're in Indiana as well. How wonderful. Well, then you know how hot it is today, isn't it? It's smoking out there. It feels like the 4th of July. Angela Davis, it's so good to see you. I sure have been praying for you. I hope you're doing good, honey. Okay, let's see. Well, that's very hard to hear. Sorry to hear that, Donna. My mother died last year, a few months from today, and my father about 3 years ago, a few months into the third. I completely understand. Thank you, Charles. My mother didn't raise me. I was raised by my grandma and grandpa, so I had the best parents anybody could ever have. But I still loved my biological parents too. The last month of my mother's life, I sang to her every day. I took my guitar right up to the hospital. And even if we were fighting or she didn't want to get along, she always loved to hear me sing. So anytime I play or sing for her, the fight was over. And so I went in there and I sang to her every day. If you've been on my channel, you've seen the song Flies on the Butter. And that was really her favorite song. And she asked me for it many times. And my husband told me I couldn't take my guitar up to the hospital, but I did anyway. And all the people that were on that wing, they opened their doors. They wanted to hear the music. The nurse came and asked if I would open Mom's hospital room door so they could hear it. And I think we were all blessed by it, that's for sure. So it's a miracle that I got my voice back. And when I got it back, I've sang so many places. I've done so many things. And when I got it back, I really did feel quite humbled. And I told God that I'd give it back to him. And that's when I started going around to all these healthcare centers and doing a lot for the veterans and doing the best I can for people who really deserve the music. Music is so powerful. It changes everything. And I'm thankful that it's a gift that God gave me. So let's see what's going on to the chat. Oh, my. You guys are moving so fast. I don't even know how many people's in here, but I'll try to catch you. Let's see. Rose Kitchen, hello. Nathan likes drums. Boom. Yeah, I like drums too, Nathan. And Peru TV. Well, hello, Peru TV. On time 74. Well, hello. I hope you're always on time because sometimes I'm late. I'm chronically late. But I try not to be. Okay, Janet. Hi, Janet. Guess what? That was my mom's name. Good to see you. Sizzling hot. Jackpot. Shh. Win some for me, sizzling hot. I need something. That'd be awesome. And thank you, Sticky Buds. 22 watching. I appreciate that. This is really nice. This is going good. I'm not buffering anyway. And so that's good. Love you too, Gloanne. You're awesome. Hello, Harmony. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, Grumpy Poo, I want to know, just Donna, I still want cowboy boots. Ford wants assless chaps. That's so funny. It's funny because Ford, the truth is, about a year or so ago, I sold a pair of assless chaps that I actually had, which is funny. That's really funny. Oh my, that's so funny. Let's see here. I want to go back to. Oh, thank you for liking my hat, Ford. Okay. All right. Thank you for liking my hat. I got all kinds of hats. I love my hats. I got a blue one and a purple one. And I'm wearing the purple one. You see that? I got a red one. And what other colors I got? I got a bunch of hats. But I need hats because it's a quick way to do your hair. It's a quick way to get the hair out of your face and out of your eyes. Another problem that I used to have really long, beautiful hair, just like Lowell's girl. If you've ever seen her hair, my hair was real pretty like that. But when my son died, the shock of finding him and everything, my hair just come out in handfuls. It broke up way up in here. And it's starting to grow back a little. So I'm hoping that it comes back full force. That's for sure. And I have to ask Grumpy Poo Productions, where in the world did you come up with that name, Grumpy Poo? You know, every time I think of Grumpy Poo, I think, oh, I've stepped, barefooted out in dog doo-doo. You ever done that? That'll make you grumpy. That's for sure. And that's what I keep thinking every time I hear the name Grumpy Poo. Oh, Ford says he prefers his chaps assless. That's what he said. That's funny. Oh, in so many ways. Okay, let's see who else is here. We got Lyric. She's laughing at me. There's Lowe's girl. Good to see you, honey. I'm so glad to see you. So glad to see you. Glad you come in. I'm really kind of nervous about doing this. It's funny. I've been performing for so long. It seemed like I shouldn't be nervous, but I'm all new to this hangout thing and just learning it. And a matter of fact, I was on Jiggy Night Live this evening, and I always like to go in there and aggravate Jiggy. A lot of you know that go in there. And Jiggy always sings me a lullaby. And so tonight I come in, and he sang me this lullaby 4 times that was written by AMC. But it was so sweet. And he popped this thing up on the chat, and he's like, you can come on, to Hangouts. And I clicked it. Next thing you know, I was on Hangouts. So I thought I'd try it again. Last time I tried to do this, I tried to use OBS, and OBS is BS. I'm going to stick to Hangouts. Seems like it's a whole lot easier. I don't think I'm buffering or anything right now. Hello, Michael McReynolds. How are you doing this evening? Good to see you. I'm doing okay. On Monday nights, I have a little friendly poker game with my oldest boy and some of his friends that come over, and we play a little poker. So we have a good time. And I lost, but I still had a good time, and there's not much money or anything involved. It's just mostly for fun. So I always enjoy that. I take a little time out to play cards because it gets my mind off of lots of other stuff, and that's a good thing. Okay, my goodness, I see people's names I haven't seen before. The Soulless Trench Coat. Oh, hello, the Soulless Trench Coat. When I came on his live, he freaked out and says, I didn't think you would ever come here. I didn't think you would ever come here. But of course I came here. I come to everybody. When I am online, I'm not one of these people that carry a cell phone with me all the time. I don't do that very often. But when I'm on my computer and I go on and I see that people I've subscribed to is on live, I always try to go on and kind of see what they're about and get to see their personality and that kind of stuff. Oh, yes. My goodness, I'm so overwhelmed by all the love that I have received here on YouTube. I get emotional. I can't help it. It's just amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. And, we've got the TJTHE Weatherman. Hey, Weatherman, can you cool it down here in Indiana? It's pretty hot. It's really, really hot and muggy and sticky tonight. Lowe's, you're beautiful, honey. You're just beautiful. This inside and out. I'm so thankful that I've gotten to know you. And I know we spend a lot of time trying to get to know one another. Everybody does. Yeah, but I'm not ready to play that live yet, Gloanne. Don't put me in on that yet. I'm just kind of wanting to talk to you guys and see if you have any questions for me or anything that I can answer. Try to get you to know me better, who I am as a person, and that sort of thing. I'm sure in the future I probably will be playing more live for you. I did write a song recently. I can't wait to get it recorded. You'll be surprised who's all in it. What's my favorite color? Purple. Purple, hands down. Oh, I love purple. And then I love blue. Purple and royal blue. Those are my 2 favorite colors. And I like them. Just love them. I love anything with bling. If it sparkles or it shines, then I'm like a raccoon. I want it. Who asked me that?
Michael McReynolds.
Oh, Michael McReynolds. You asked me if I sing professional? Well, I tell you what, Michael, I've made a living the last 10 years doing nothing but music. That's what supported us. And so I guess you would consider that professional. Plus, I'm lucky enough that I get a few songs on the radio every now and then, especially over in England. And I've got a lot of great DJs over there. I've had some write-ups in magazines in Holland, and I've had some good music reviews from people in Holland and also in Los Angeles here in the United States. So I've been really lucky to get to do the things I've done and get to be on the radio and some of the other things. When I was younger, oh my, a long time ago, when I was about 16, I got to be part of a front group that played for a lot of famous people, like Carl Perkins. And he was my favorite, so I always remember that one first. And gosh, there were so many. The Wilburn brothers, Little Jimmy Dickens. You guys probably don't know who any of these people are, but they were quite famous in the country world. And, when I was young, I didn't really understand what a great thing I was getting to do. The state that I'm in is Indiana. Indiana's my home. Yeah, sure am in Indiana. But I've lived in Tennessee. I've lived in Kentucky. My husband's from Tennessee. He's from this mountain called Coker Creek. We lived there for 3 years, and we had boars and bears, rattlesnakes, copperheads, and scorpions. But the meanest thing on that mountain was my mother-in-law, hands down. Oh, my. She shot at everything and everyone. So if you ever see my song on my channel called The Mother-in-Law Blues, that song was written to keep me from killing her. And every word of it's true. I'd rather laugh it off, than just to get so angry that you lose it. Let's see. You know who Jimmy Dickens is. Your uncle had a picture taken with him in Kansas City. I came from a country family. Most of my family play country music in nightclubs and bars around here. Well, that's wonderful, Michael. I got to have breakfast with little Jimmy Dickens, and the whole group did. We all went and had breakfast together. And Elmer Fuddpucker, I don't know if you know who he is, but if you're in the country music world, he was a comedian. He was quite funny. And we had breakfast together, so that was really neat. Okay, let's see here. What have I missing here in the chat? I see people laughing. I don't know if you're laughing at me or you're laughing at something else in the chat. Let's see. Ford and Texas go hand in hand. It's the only place across the promised land. Well, how about that? Are you in Texas, Charles? Do you live in Texas? Oh, yes. May the bird of paradise fly up your nose. That's right. Well, I want to tell you a funny little story about Carl Perkins, because I was 16 and I was on his bus, and I really didn't understand fully who he was. I knew that a lot of people liked him, but, I didn't think much about it. And I was on his bus, and he handed me this belt buckle that actually belonged to Elvis Presley. And he handed it to me, and I'm looking at it, and it's all blingy and sparkly, and it's like I'm holding this in my hand. And he goes, Donna, guess where I got that? And I said, I don't know. He said, Elvis gave it to me. Well, right away, even though I didn't understand who Carl was, I knew who Elvis was. I started shaking, and my first thought was, daggone, too bad he's not in that belt buckle, that's for sure. I wished he had been in that belt buckle, but, Anyway, I asked him a dumb question because I was 16 and green. And I said, well, why would Elvis Presley give you his belt buckle? And he said, Donna, don't you know by now, I'm the guy that wrote the Blue Suede Shoes. And he put his head back and he just started laughing. And I didn't ask him too many questions after that. And I was worried that he might even be mad at me because I asked something so stupid. But at the end of the show, he went backstage, grabbed me back, and took me right back out there. We did the can. We had a good time. So it was all right. I've had a lot of things like that where, I put my foot in my mouth sometimes and not realize. But I always treated people just the same, You got married by Elvis in Vegas. Was that an Elvis lookalike in Velvis? I can't even say it. You got me laughing. Was that one of those Elvis lookalikes in Vegas? That's what I'm asking you. The Stone Kingdom of Yahweh, let me know. Oh, thank you. Hit that like button. Need it. Hugs, hugs, hugs. Everybody gets them. I really appreciate that. This is really my first time. This is just really my first time that it's not buffering and doing something crazy. Is everything looking good on you guys' end? Is it doing okay? Because, I don't know what it's doing on your end. I know it seems to be doing okay over here. And I like that. How many we got in the channel now, or the chat? Or can anybody let me know that? Because I really don't know. 18. All right. That's good. That's good. Likes. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. All right.
Awesome.
Erica Mullins. Hi. I seen your video. That was awesome. Thank you for doing that for us today. And thank you for including me in that as well. Does anybody got any questions they want to ask me? Because, I mean, now's the time, really. Now's the time. Well, I got the guts enough to answer it. Oh, yours says 25. Okay, Ford. Okay, thank you so much. Let's see, who else needs a wrench in here? Does anybody else need a wrench? We're doing okay, aren't we? You are all awesome. Oh, thank you, Erica. So appreciated. You know, I've been really blessed to have such talented children. That's just been an amazing thing for me.
Who are your most influential?
Okay, who is your most influential historical figure when you were growing up as a child? If I would answer that honestly, Charles, I'd have to tell you Jesus. And he still is today. So that's my most influential historical figure. Wish I could be more like him, but I try. Oh, I remind you of a young Loretta Lynn. That's funny. My mom was a big Loretta Lynn's fan. That's for sure. She loved Loretta Lynn.
James.
Where's Rant Jams? Well, Rant Jams hopefully is home asleep and he goes to bed pretty early. He's got a lot of energy, but he goes to bed early and he gets up early. So he's not too far from me, maybe about 5 miles. We live in the same town, so he's not too far from me. Thanks for asking, Black Storm. I really don't like being away from my kids. So I'm hoping that, you know, my oldest son, he graduated from college in December with a degree in film production. And so, you know, he's got dreams and I know he wants to go different places. I just hope that our lives don't take us thousands of miles apart. And, you know, Rant Jams, he's really been quite special to me because since I lost my other son, Corey, 2 years ago, I've continued to do the work that I do with God's help, but it's not been easy. There's been times I've cried all the way there, wore a smile when I got there, did my job, and cried all the way home, but nobody knew it. And when Rant Jams started doing Rant Jams, he made me chuckle and giggle, and he reminded me a lot of Corey. And he's really brought back the joy back in my heart again that I never thought I'd ever have. So he's very dear and precious to me. And sometimes he seems obnoxious a little bit on the show, but the truth is he's very gentle, very kind, very loving person. And the only time I've ever seen him really raise his voice is on Rant Jams. So he's very different. If you want to know the true Rant Jams, the best way to know him, I thought, was amazing. The interview that the Midnight Raven did with him, that is the son that I know. So just wanted you guys to know.
How long has he been playing guitar?
How long has Rant Jams been playing guitar? Well, not very long. It's funny that you asked that question. He started to play before he started college, and then he got busy in school and he didn't play that much. And then I don't think that it was popular at home for him to play much. You know, sometimes we have spouses that when you play music that don't understand what all that takes. And, you know, he kind of would get it out a little bit and then he'd put it back and he'd get it out a little bit and put it back. And then the most amazing thing happened because on Christmas, this past Christmas of 2017, he come over to see me and he said, Mom, I woke up about 4 o'clock in the morning and this song started coming to me and I just really want to give you this. This is what I want to give you. And it was a song called Life is a Holiday, and I recorded it on my channel. And that song just made me cry and cry, and it made me understand that no matter what happens in our life, that we really have to keep going and appreciate every breath, that it is a holiday to be alive. It's a holiday to be here. And he helped me to understand all those things. I really appreciate him for doing that. And then not long after that, you know, he just started writing tons and tons of songs. And he had never wrote songs before. I've been writing songs since I could make 3 chords on a guitar. So that's been since I was about 14. And my oldest boy also writes songs, and my middle son also wrote songs. So I'm very thankful, when we were poor, man, we were poor. I was a single parent for about 5 years. And during those 5 years, it was pretty rough. And we had to do things to entertain ourselves. And so I would have them put on shows for me. And they did. And they were quite entertaining. And just, they're all natural entertainers, really amazing people. So I wanted you guys to know a little bit about that background. And I appreciate you guys sharing me and supporting me like you do. I've been so overwhelmed by the love that, when I started YouTube back in 2012, and I had so many invites to go on Hangouts and all that, but it scared me. I wasn't really sure, what kind of people I would run into. And the wonderful thing about Rant Jams is it's really brought together such a group of positive people that I want to reach out to, people that I want to talk to and communicate to. So I'm quite thankful for that. Okay, let's see. I might have missed a lot in the chat. I don't know. It's moving pretty quick. Oh, Nathan with drums wants to start learning and play guitar. Well, get you one. That's the first step. Got to get you one. And you can really kind of self-teach I've listened to you play drums. You're pretty good. So you got a natural sense of rhythm and all of that. So just get you a guitar and get you a guitar book. Practice till your fingers bleed. And that's how you know when you want to play. Because it really does hurt your fingers at first. And then they heal it. They get like a callus on them. Then it doesn't matter anymore and you're okay. But I broke my hand 2 years ago. And I don't play as well as I used to. At least I don't think I do, because my hands do its own thing now sometimes. But I do it, and I do the best I can. So I think anybody can do anything that they want to do. Halos, girl, you say you can't believe that I'm wide awake? Oh, come on. You ought to believe that by now. I think Rant Jams calls me his night bot. Because the one thing about nighttime I love is that people don't bother you so much. You can do whatever you want to do when the phone's not ringing, people aren't knocking at the door. And I like my nighttime. It's really nice. Hey, this old stoner, good to see you. Glad you're in here. Give him a wrench. Give old stoner a wrench. And let's see. I give old stoner one for sure.
There's this old stuff.
Yeah. Did you give him one? Yep. All right. Old stoner, he's such a good guy. He really is. He's so funny and he's talented and he's very creative. I love creative people. I really do. I love creative people. When Getting Weird with Alan did that song for me, oh my goodness, it was so funny because he didn't know how much he really hit home when he did that song for me. Okay. When I was younger, I used to have this terrible habit, and it was terrible. I've repented. I have repented. I used to love to trip people. And I know that's terrible, but I'm being honest about it. And I didn't want to see anybody get hurt. I just liked to see their face, as they were falling. And I was too young to realize I could really hurt people. So in that video, when he threw the balls, and he falls and everything, oh, that was so funny. Also, the squirt gun thing was really funny as well. I've always been partial to squirt guns, and I got in trouble in school because I took a squirt gun to school on the last day of school, and I squirted my English teacher. And oh, he was mad, and he came running after me, and he's like, give me that. And I stopped dead and turned around and give it to him real good. I did. And then I got in trouble a little bit. But not too bad. My grandpa thought it was so funny. He told my grandma to leave me alone because he just thought that was funny. So my English teacher did not think it was funny. Not at all. Not even a little bit. It's good to see you too, Shannon Miller. Glad you come in. All right. I play guitar, violin, piano, drums, and video games. Angela, do you really? I didn't know that. Do you have some videos and stuff of you playing and singing, Angela Davis? I'll give you a chance to answer that. Hey, C-Dub's Journey, good evening or good morning or whatever it may be where you are. Good to see you. Glad you came in our stream. Jim 10, Plant Food. Good to see you too. Technical Channel, good to see you too. The Illuminator, which is illuminating right now. Illuminating light. Illuminating light. Yeah. You got to do something like this every once in a while just because, I'm the mother of rant jams and I have to show you that it can be done. I have to show you that it can be done. That I used to run after 3 little boys and I know how to get to them. I know how to find them. They can't get nowhere from me, I found. Yeah. Hey, Van RCO. Good to see you. My, look at all these people. I love it too, old stoner. I've been somebody on a chat for a long time where people haven't really got to see me, or talk to them in person, and they can't really see who I am or my personality. Although I am pretty ornery on the chats, and if I've gone into your channels and made you do a tongue twister. Gotta get a drink for that. Huh? Yes, you do. Go ahead. I am sorry. Not really. I'll do it again. I love to hear people do tongue twisters. It's so funny, isn't it? And when they get flustered, I just laugh even harder. I go in there and I just make them up on the fly. It's not like that I have a list of them or anything. I just have fun doing it. Hey, old stoner. Have you ever been really wasted and tried to do a tongue twister? Probably have. I don't know. But I just think tongue twisters are so much fun. And when I go into a stream and people are like folding their clothes or watching TV or something, I'm thinking, okay, why don't you stream after you're done with your laundry? Or why don't you stream after you're done watching television? Because when I go into somebody's stream, I want to be interactive with them. That's the whole, thing. And if it bothers you when you guys go into a stream and somebody's watching television or somebody's doing laundry, type a 1 in the chat. I just want to know if it's just me or if it bothers anybody else, because when I'm here, I want my full attention to be on you guys and to talk to you. Thank you, Angela. I'm glad to know Angela's awesome and she's so interactive and just a wonderful lady. Just a wonderful lady. All right. We call it hugs here. We call it hugs if you want to support each other's channel. We're just giving hugs. Don't you think it's a good thing to spread the love a little bit? That's definitely what the world needs is a lot more love. So just hugs. When you see me on there, you'll see me all the time saying hugs, hugs. And that's my way of trying to tell you that I love you. I support you. I'm thinking of you. My support is very sincere. I really try to take the time to watch your videos and listen to what you're doing and all of that. I just don't rush off. I think it's funny when I get a comment on my channel that I know they didn't watch my videos. Like they have no idea what this is about. So I kind of get a kick out of it. And I don't like to people say, you support me, I'll support you. You support me, I'll support you. If you comment on my channel, I'm going to go to your channel. So you don't have to say that. It's not necessary. And I think, sometimes people, like I see a lot of people on rant jams, as I'm moderating the show and some of them will going, me, please, 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 and next thing you know, rant's going, cry, you won't support me, which I think is pretty funny. I always say, you want a little wine with that cheese? No, you want a little cheese with the wine. There you go. I had one that was 15 to 20 seconds long, and the comment was, support you, watch this later. I know what you mean, old stoner. It's pretty funny, isn't it? It's pretty funny. And the thing is, Rant Jams is such a popular show, and the stream moves so fast. And I'm doing everything to try to support those that are entertaining. I try to focus on the music part of it because, obviously I'm a musical person. So when someone's performing, I really concentrate on supporting them in the stream. In the meantime, I have all these people going, you need to support Donna Shaw. You need to support Donna Shaw. And I'm like, kind of busy right now, but when the show's over, I'll be right on that, and that's what I do. When the show's over, I go to my channel and I check out my comments, and then I go to their channels, and that's how I do it. And it's just too complicated to try to do it all at the same time. The people are quite impatient. My son Corey, he used to always say to be gentle with yourself and to be gentle with others. And I'm trying to learn that more and more. And it's important to do. Give people the benefit of the doubt and try to think the best of each other, Okay, love the new mic. He needs to think about making it a podcast now. I think the sound quality is 1,000 times better. I agree with you too, old stoner, but when I tried to sing on the show the other day, it just wasn't picking up because when people were in Hangouts and all the people were coming in, all that sound was messing with the mic. So I couldn't really sing like I wanted to. I couldn't really play like I wanted to. And it was kind of hard. I was actually singing plenty loud enough and playing plenty loud enough, but it just wasn't picking up like it ought to have been. Your family's got sliders. Okay, Kelly, are you talking about the show, the Sliders? I'm glad they got sliders instead of the skitters. You know what the skitters is? Well, that's what my mom used to call a bad case of diarrhea. She said, you got diarrhea, you got the skitters. And it's VOV girl. I wonder if you say it Vove girl. I was wondering about that. I'm a recent supporter to her channel, and I wasn't sure how to pronounce that. Hey, Vove girl, can you let me know what's Vove stand for? The VOV. I'm just a little curious. It's a little bit different, so I was wondering. Oh, White Castles, also known as sliders. Well, that's a whole lot different than the skitters. But if you eat too many of the White Castles, you might get the skitters. If you eat too many sliders, you could get the skitters. Make sure you got plenty of TP on hand. That's important stuff. Oh. Ford, you've never eaten a White Castle? Is that what you're telling me? Back out. Slide in, slide out. Slide in, slide out. Yeah. That's so funny. My mother, which didn't raise me, so you have to remember that, but she actually, my brothers had friends that would come over all the time and eat them out of house and home. And she got tired of it. So she made a batch of cookies, and she actually did put X-Lax in the cookies. And they come over before school and ate a bunch of cookies, and went long for they were sliding right out of school, that's for sure. And they quit eating mom's cookies, so that was good. I'm a practical joker. Is there anybody out there that likes to play practical jokes? My mother worked at a White Castle restaurant in the 60s. Well, that's nice. Sorry, Ford, I didn't mean to spoil your appetite. Now, that shouldn't bother you. That's just a human condition, right? We all have to use the bathroom. So it shouldn't shock you. If you're hungry, just go ahead and get you some. That's funny. But, I am a practical joker. I don't know why I got to tell you this. They say that confession is good for the soul. But my husband used to be a boss at work. He's a pipe fitter welder. And he used to be a boss. And what he did, he would eat lunch with his coworkers, the people that was under him. So he had come home one day and complained that I didn't put enough Miracle Whip on his sandwich. I thought, okay. So the next day, you know, I really put a lot more on it. And he came back and he said, Donna, you still didn't put enough Miracle Whip on my sandwich. I thought, oh, okay. Next morning, I get up around 4:30 in the morning to make a sandwich. And I put some more on it. I loaded it down pretty good. He come back and still complained. So the next day, I thought I'm going to get him good. I took the cheese, you know, the wrapper that's on the cheese, and I trimmed the excess wrap on the cheese. You guys ought to try this. It's a lot of fun. And my husband always takes 2 pieces of cheese on his sandwich. So I took the Miracle Whip, boy, and I mean, I put it on there, put it on both sides of that bread. And I took the cheese and I trimmed off all the edge and I put on there. I put the ham on it. I stuck it down. And then when he went to eat his sandwich in front of all of his workers, I guess he took a bite and he pulled and he pulled and he pulled until it finally slipped out and went plop right on his chin, that Miracle Whip all over his chin. And they laughed at him, needless to say. So he come home and I just couldn't wait to ask him, you know, how lunch was. And he goes, you did that on purpose. And of course I did. I just rolled. I just love to play practical jokes. It's good, you know. It's good. And just when he thinks, you know, he starts trusting me again, I do something else to him. Been doing it for 25 years. It's good to get people guessing and make them smile. That's for sure. Okay. Hello, Braden. Where's Braden? Who's Braden? I don't. Oh, there he is. Braden Brand Reality TV. Hello, Braden Brand Reality TV. You know, I don't think I have you on my don't think I'm supporting you right now. Leave a message on one of my videos and I'll be sure to get you, okay? All of you, as a matter of fact, if I don't have you, please just comment on one of my video and I will come. Yes, I've seen you on stream, so am I supported to you, Braden? I know I've seen you, but I didn't know if I was supported to you when I saw your name. I think you do. Okay. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. Like I said, I'm really trying. Thank you, Ford. You're a jewel. You're a jewel. Just a jewel. Just a jewel. Well, I don't know. Is my voice sound okay as I'm talking to you? You know, I'm thinking maybe I ought to try to play and sing a song for you. I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
Yes.
Who wants to give me a tongue twister to see if I can give it a whirl? Come on now. I give everybody else one. I'd love to give it a go. I'm a good sport that way.
Sound great.
Bobby Riggs threw the match against Billie Jean King to pay off his debt to the mob. I don't even know why that's on the stream. I must be missing something that you're talking years and years ago. Oh my, that's funny. Well, thank you, Shannon. Hello, country mom. Hello. Okay. Hey, is Lowe's girl still in here? Did I lose her? Haven't seen her in a minute. Hey, Ford, is Lowe's still in here? I'm also really excited because since I've been going on Rant Jams, which is funny because, you know, he is my son, but I know that a lot of your channels have grown. Mine certainly has. And I think I'm like, last I checked, maybe 77 or 78. I think 78 from 2K. And that was really amazing to me. So, you know, I'd been on YouTube for a long time. And I think before I started the streaming with Rant Jams, I think I only had maybe 700 supporters, something like that. And I love to collaborate. I love to write songs. Like I said, I'm working on this one. I can't wait to get it done. And I'm going to work on it some more tomorrow.
So Stoner's going to bed.
Oh, headed to bed. All right, old stoner. Sleep tight and dream of all the beautiful things that you'd like to do. Yeah, country mom. My middle son, who looked just like me, if you watch the video, um, he looked like me with a beard. He's really funny. We're really close, and he was schizophrenic. I don't know. A lot of people are not. They're not real knowledgeable about mental health diseases and that sort of thing. But my son began the Corey, the one I'm talking about that is now gone from this earth. He started talking fluently at a year and a half. And when I say fluently, his first word was, "Mommy, can I have a cookie?" So his first word was a sentence, and he spoke to me the rest of the day. And he was a little younger than 18 months, actually. And he was just so funny. He's like he could read my mind. Very, very smart, straight A student. And he was tested as a genius in the fourth grade, tested out genius level in the fourth grade. And schizophrenia is a very misunderstood disease. And when he first started showing symptoms, I didn't know what was wrong with him. He was a teenager. And for most people who have schizophrenia, their symptoms for males develop in their teenage years. For women, it's a little bit different. It usually happens later on down the line. But I couldn't understand how come the same things didn't work for him that worked for Travis and that worked for Rant Jams. I didn't understand that. And it was quite a long thing. All right, I have a tongue twister that I'm going to attempt. Let's see if we can stop the stream so it doesn't move on me here. Okay. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? I did that pretty good. Do I do it 3 times fast like I would make you guys do? I'll do it. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Did I do it 3 times? I think I did. Yay, Donna Shaw. Yay, Donna. I gotta laugh. I do love tongue twisters. It's amazing. Thank you guys for understanding about the loss of my son. Like I said, we were really, really close, and it was really hard. I was the one that found him. And I've been writing a book. I'm on. It's called Broken and Blessed. And I'm hopefully I will have it done, within the next maybe 6 months. And it answers a whole lot of questions and a whole lot of things. And hopefully it'll help people, get more aware of. I want people to be more aware of mental health. A lot of people who are on the street are people who are schizophrenic and people that their family just couldn't deal with them anymore. But my love for my son and his love for me, really kept us together. And we had our moments, we had our times, but we couldn't stand to be without the other. And because he was schizophrenic, he had a lot of people that tried to take advantage of him. And he wanted friends really badly. So I had to become more than just a mother. I had to become his friend. All right, Grumpy Poo. Hold on. Grumpy Poo's got a... Okay, Kels has got one first, I guess. A gazillion gigantic grapes gush gradually, giving gophers gooey guts. A gazillion... that the gazillion word is going to give me. A gazillion gigantic grapes gush gradually, giving gophers gooey guts. I started to say goofy guts. A gazillion gigantic grapes gush gradually, giving gophers gooey guts. A gazillion gigantic grapes gush gradually, giving gophers gooey guts. A gazillion gigantic grapes gush gradually, giving gophers gooey guts. How's that, Kels? All right. And we got another one here from Grumpy Poo. And the Esches are good. Silly Sally. Okay, hold on. I gotta stop the stream. If it's moving, I can't do it. Silly Sally swiftly shooed 7 silly sheep. The 7 silly sheep, Silly Sally shooed, silly shallied south. These sheep shouldn't sleep in a shack. Sheep should sleep in a shed. Should. Silly Sally swiftly shooed 7 silly sheep. The 7 silly sheep, Silly Sally shooed, silly shallied south. These sheep shouldn't sleep in a shack. Sheep should sleep in a shed. Silly Sally swiftly shooed 7 silly sheep. The 7 silly sheep, Silly Sally shooed, silly sallied south. These sheep shouldn't sleep in a shack. Sleep sheep. All right, one more time. Just one more time because I did it twice. Silly Sally swiftly shooed 7 silly sheep. The 7 silly sheep, Silly Sally shooed, shilly shallied south. These sheep shouldn't sleep in a shack. Sheep should sleep in a shed. Yay! I did it. I did it. You see, life is sometimes so hard. I'm going back and forth talking about my son to laughing. But, that's how it was for us. My kids learned to laugh through a lot of things. And that's what we did. That's how we handled things. So if you guys have seen the video honoring my son, Corey, you can see how funny that he really is or was. I believe he still is. I just believe that he is on a different plane, but I believe he is more alive than he's ever been. And sometimes I feel his presence. Sometimes it's like he whispers right in my ear and tells me something. So every once in a while, it feels like I still hear from him and I still feel his presence. And I do believe that when it's my time to leave this world, that he'll be the one that God sends to come and get me. I do believe it. So I got to keep going. I got to finish this race. I got to finish this race and whatever my purpose is here. And then, one day, go on to something else. Thank you, Harmony. I really appreciate that. And thank you, Country Mom, for going to watch it again. Thank you. That honoring my son, honoring Corey, that is a video that we actually showed at his funeral. And the day before he died, I was at his house or his apartment, and we talked about what each other wanted at our funerals, and we laughed about it, and we joked. You think, how can you joke about something like that? Well, we had no idea he was sick. I had no idea. And the coroner said that he died from a seizure that lasted about 30 seconds. That's how quickly he went. They told me if I would have had him in the hospital, it wouldn't have made any difference. In any place, he had an enlarged liver, he had an enlarged heart, probably due to the medication that they put him on for schizophrenia. Hit that like button. That's right, Ford. Smash it up. Smash it up. Hey, what happened to Lowe's girl? Did she leave me, Ford? Huh? She might have been worn out. She's been pretty busy. She streamed late last night, I believe. Was that last night she streamed late or Saturday night? I don't know. Sometimes we just don't get no sleep like we ought to get. And she's still got little ones, so that's an important fact. Thank you, Shannon Miller. You're beautiful too. You're so beautiful. I have a hard time when it comes to my looks because, the older I get, I'm definitely, losing my looks to me, but I wouldn't trade an ounce of wisdom that I've received for an ounce of beauty. I would keep the wisdom every time, hands down. Besides, getting to be an old lady is kind of cool because the older you get, the more you can get away with saying anything to anybody, really. Now, old men can't do that as much, but old women, they get to do that. It's one of the joys about being an old lady. Okay, good night, Braden. or Braden, whichever you say it, Braden, I think. Good night, Braden. Have a wonderful sleep, honey. And dream of wonderful, beautiful things. And I will be checking out your channel again and coming to your, seeing your videos and your stuff. Okay, Mary Mac's mother. Okay, this is Grumpy Poo. I love you, Grumpy Poo. Now, if you have all this talent of doing these tongue twisters, how come you're so grumpy? Right? Because you shouldn't be grumpy if you could do this. Let me see. All right, this is Grumpy Poo. I can't say Grumpy Poo. Grumpy Poo Productions put up this. Mary Mac's mother's making Mary Mac marry me. My mother's making me marry Mary Mac. Will I always be so merry when Mary's taking care of me? Will I always be so merry when I marry Mary Mac? Mary Mac's mother making Mary Mac marry me. My mother's making me marry Mary Mac. Will I always be so merry when Mary's taking care of me? Will I always be so merry when I marry Mary Mac? Mary Mac's mother making Mary Mac marry me. My mother making me marry Mary Mac. Will I always be so merry when Mary's taking care of me? Will I always be so merry when I marry Mary Mac? How's that, Grumpy Poo? How'd I do? He's grumpy because he's constipated. Maybe he needs some sliders, Angela. Maybe he needs some sliders. That should take care of it, right? I love words, you know, I do. I love words. They're wonderful. I like to write songs, and I do love words. I get tickled with words, actually. Purple paper. Oh, now the hay kills. That's pretty good. Now, hold on a second. Let's see. Purple paper. You might have me. Purple paper. That's good. Purple paper people. Purple paper people. Purple paper. Purple paper. Dang on it. I think you got me. Let's see. Purple paper people. Purple paper. Purple paper people. 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 Well, that, it took a little practice, but I think I finally got it. That's tough, man. That is tough. Angela, did you try it? I bet you did. Well, that's good for it as long as you don't pee your pants. Hey, C-Dub's Journey. I'm glad to see you laughing too. You guys are great. Now, here we go with the collywobble thing again. And I still don't quite understand what a collywobble is. I love you too, little Kel's fam. I love you to death. I don't know when Kel sleeps. She's up all the time. Every place I go, like if a stream ends and I see another one and I go in it, there's Kel. She's right there. We always laugh and say hello to each other again. Hi, Blush Blush. I bet you're looking as beautiful as always. That must be interesting having a poo get constipated. Well, I don't know. I don't know about that, Ford. You can have a piece of poo stuck in there to make you constipated. Ooh. Collywobbles and dingleberries with Murphs and fuzzy beeps. Now, that should be a story. That sounds like a beginning of a storybook, like a kid's storybook. That'd be really neat. I'll explain collywobbles one day, Donna. That one we've started. Hello, Blush Blush. Hey, if you want to support each other, you're here, you can do that. We just call it giving each other hugs. But we just been laughing and talking, mostly kind of getting to know each other, trying to follow this chat. It's been quite interesting. I come on late like this thinking that, I probably wouldn't get, ransacked to try it. But if this works, I'll try it again. Everyone that's still in the chat with me, I think there's maybe 11 watching. If you're still in the chat, and you think I ought to do this again or more often, give me a thumbs up right now in the chat so I know if it's worth doing again. I don't want to bore you guys, but I sure enjoy talking to you. How can I address you? I feel bad to call you by name. Well, I don't know who Blush Blush is talking to, but honey, my name is Donna Shaw. And please don't feel bad to call me Donna Shaw. Daddy gave me my name Donna, and my husband gave me the name Shaw, and I happen to like them both. So don't feel bad. You call me however you want. A lot of people online calls me Mama, so sometimes people call me Mama Donna. And what's funny about that is so many people call me Mama that when they find out that I really am Rant Jim's mom, they're kind of, shocked. And they're like, you really are Rant Jim's mom? You really are? And I'm like, yeah, I really am. I really am. That kid didn't give me a bit of trouble growing up. Really, he did. He was wonderful. But we got another. Thanks for all the thumbs up. That means I should do it again. That's what I'm saying. Should I do it again? I think I'll do it again. All right, Shannon Miller come up with another tongue twister. Can you can a can into an uncan like a canner can a can into an uncan can? Can you can a can into an uncan like a canner can a can into an uncan can? Can you can a can into an uncan like a canner can a can into an uncan can? How did I do, Shannon? Did I do all right? Hugs to you, Gloanne. Gloanne has been such a wonderful supporter. I didn't realize at first, because I'm trying to keep up with everything. And, I do perform a lot outside. We travel a lot all over Indiana and Illinois. And I try to catch up as much as I can. But then I found out one day how much Gloanne was really supporting me. And I was so humbled. I just about cried. And I went on her stuff and I seen that beautiful smile. And I was like, oh my, how could I have missed? It's such a beautiful thing. So Gloanne, I will never miss you again. Hey, it's Green Bay Wacky. Oh, that's awesome. The Illuminati came by to see me. I love you, Green Bay. I'm shocked to see you, but I'm glad that you're here. Hey, this is my first attempt at even trying anything. So I hope it comes back okay. And it's so good to see you. Yeah, I know, Green Bay. I can't help teasing you about being Illuminati. That became quite a joke, but it actually was good publicity for your channel and got a lot of people checking you out and laughing and having a good time. Hey, I hope, Green Bay, I know you're probably not going to be here long, but yes, it's my very first Green Bay. First. I'm hoping that you write that song about the Illuminati and do the video, because I'm telling you, I know for a fact that you'll have a lot of people sharing that. So we're looking forward to that. That's kind of became the YouTube joke. So hope that you do it. Thank you, Ford. I appreciate that. Smash that like button. Smash her down. Smash her good. Smash her, smash her, smash her. Yeah. Yeah, Green Bay, I've been on YouTube since 2012, but I was always kind of afraid I'd get lots of invites about people, wanting me to go on Hangouts. But at that time, I really didn't know what it was all about until Rant Jim started doing his show, and I started, getting involved with all these people, and then it made me want to do a live stream too. Yeah. Okay. Let me check and see what's going on here. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. Well, isn't it nice to have such a famous person like Green Bay Wacky come up on my stream in the middle of the night? I think it really is. Well, I'm surprised that you started that late. I mean, I would have think you would have been doing this for years. You seem like such a natural to what you're doing, and you tickle me. I get a kick out of you. You tickle me.
And that's to you.
Oh, okay, Blush Blush. You take care of that little one, and you keep looking beautiful, everybody. People support Blush Blush. She is a beautiful lady, and she's got a lot of neat things on her channel. I guess I should say support Rose Kitchen too, especially if you want to cook. It's good to know how to cook something. C-Dub's Journey. He has a cool place. I'm not sure what C-Dub's talking about. Levy and Boy. Hello, LV and Boy. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Thank you, Ford, for supporting Rose's Kitchen. Because you might get hungry. And you might know how to cook something up really good, you know? Yeah. It's important, I guess, to know all those things. Hey, Green Bay, are you still here? Yes, you are. Hey, Green Bay, what's going on with Hazel? I haven't seen her in a while. And I really love her. And I don't know if she's busy at work or what. I thought I would ask you, since you and her seem to be quite close. I thought I would ask you because I really miss Hazel. I really love her. She's wonderful. She really is. And I wanted to ask you, Green Bay, because Grumpy Poo Productions is in the stream. Do you have a hat that looks like poo? I think it would be awesome if you had a poo hat. Now that makes sense now that I hear you say that, Green Bay. Because you can tell you've been doing this a very, very long time. Okay, well, if you hear from Hazel, Green Bay, please tell her I love her and that I miss her. She has such a wonderful heart. And if you would let her know that from me, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. Oh, Kels, you're going to try to find you a poop hat? Okay. So you kind of come out with this character, Green Bay Wacky, and you were under a different name before that, is my understanding, and that's what you're saying? Hey, Ford, we all hope it's not made of real poo. Did you see that, Green Bay? Grumpy Poo says that they'll wear a poo hat if you get Ford his ashless, crotchless chaps. That's funny. Maybe that's Ford's, what do you call that? Fantasy. That's Ford's fantasy. Ford, I don't think you got anything to worry about. I think you're safe. I do think you're safe. I like Angela. Sexy Ford. Woo, woo. Hey, Ford, if you had, some of those kinds of chaps and you were working on cars, well, you might want to kiss your butt goodbye. I couldn't help it. I just say it. Couldn't help myself. Well, that's wonderful, Green Bay. You had 2 separate channels. Okay. I got you. Oh, thank you, Green Bay. I really appreciate it. I'm actually, I was really nervous about coming on here, but the thing is I love people so much that once I start seeing people coming on the chat and the things they're saying, I don't think about being nervous anymore. I think about the people. And that's the same thing when I go perform. I'm like that, I don't think about what I look like or if they like me. All I'm thinking is I love them and I'm trying to do things to lift them up. So that gets my mind off of it a little bit. And then later I think, whoo, Yeah. Yes. Yes, Green Bay. I think that's very important. And I think if you really do love people, it definitely shows. It definitely shows. And I really do love people. I think the most important thing is to love God, and next is to love people. And if you say you love God and you don't love people, well, you don't know God at all. So I do believe that. So I think that you just got to love each other and uplift one another. Sometimes you get a crab apple. And, I'll try to turn that, crab apple into an apple pie, so to speak. But sometimes they won't let you. They're happy being a crab apple. And if that's what they're happy being, well, you just got to let them be a crab apple. Oh, yes, Green Bay. I talk about God all the time. Matter of fact, I joke and I'm no prude. And do I make mistakes? You betcha I do. And do I cuss sometimes? Yeah, I do. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. But everywhere I go, I talk about God and I minister in my own way, in music and in my life. And to me, that's what it's all about. So to me, God is love, and those two things are interchangeable. And if you want to show love, then you better show some God, because you really can't have that pure love without God. Thank you, Green Bay. I agree. I agree. Thank you, Nathan Langstrom. You found the hat, Kels, did you? Ooh, I wonder if you could put some poo spray on that hat so it can stink like poo too. Wouldn't that be funny? Put some of that, they have that kind of spray that smells like poo poo. Spray it on that hat, just go into a public place and watch people go, what's that smell? Do you smell that smell? Wouldn't that be funny? I've seen that, Green Bay. And what time do you do that? Because I come in there for a little bit one day, but I kind of got to know when you do it. Unfortunately, I don't have one of these 8 to 5 jobs. I play music for a living, and I concentrate on healthcare centers and veterans, and that's where I try to put my love. And I feel like they benefit a lot from the music, and they really, really do. We've seen some miraculous things. And the last 10 years that I've been doing this, I've seen there was a woman who hadn't spoke for 7 years, and I had no idea. And I had this remote microphone, and I was, I had been doing the show and getting them laughing and talking, and went up to her with this remote mic, and I was singing, You Are My Sunshine, and put the mic underneath her, and she started to sing. And the nurses come running, and the doctor come running, and it was just, they were just flabbergasted, Thank you. 8:30 p.m. Central Time every Thursday for 2 hours this week. 8:30 p.m. Okay, Central Time. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, Green Bay. But I tell you what, I believe in the power of prayer, and I'll figure out what time that is. Hey, it's Cab 7. I'm so glad to see you. Good to see you, Cab 7. It is so wonderful to find all these people who are true believers and not prudes, and just love each other and accept each other for how they are. That's what it's all about. That's exactly what it's all about. How long have I known Rant Jams? Oh, well, he's been with me all my life in some form or another. But Rand Gems, he's 31. He'll be 32 in August the 15th. And he's a real special person. Sometimes he comes across as a little ornery on Rant Jams, but he's a very loving, laid-back individual that would do anything to help anyone. I have seen him take the last bit of money that he had and give it to a stranger, and that is the truth. So Rand Jams never gave me any grief, not one. And if I would have had him first, I think I'd have had 20, because he was a lot easier to handle. And I asked him one time how come he was so good, and he said, Mom, I learned by watching my 2 older brothers what not to do. And he sure did. He learned real good. So he just has always given me respect and love, and just has been a pure joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Green Bay. I'm so humbled that you guys would come to my stream, so late, all of you. And there's Lowe's girl. Lowe's girl, you took off for a minute. I thought you went to bed on me. I'm glad you made it back. I got you. No problem, honey. No problem. You mama first. That's what's the most important job in the world is being a mama, and that's got to come first, and everything else has just got to wait. Yes, Green Bay. I think the more you get to know me, I think you like me because I've been watching you for a bit and Cab 7. And I think that our beliefs are very much in line with one another. And I definitely feel that we should support everyone and love everybody and not judge each other. And if somebody becomes kind of hard to get along with, well, sometimes you just got to let go if you can't make it work. But that doesn't mean that you don't pray for them and love them. You know, I believe in being positive, and my kids was definitely raised in seeing a lot of miracles happen one after another where God's just took care of us, and it just can't be denied. It just can't be denied. Sure, honey. Ford, you can ask me any tool related question. I know what a hammer is, a screwdriver is, and you can go from there.
He's going. He's leaving.
Who is? Oh, okay. I understand, Grumpy Poo. Thanks for coming in. And next time I try this, I probably won't come on so late, and you can come and stay with me more. You've made me laugh. Thank you for the tongue twisters. Look forward to seeing you again. Green Bay says, I have 5 kids, been married 25 years, ages 27, 22, 19, 17, 13. 2 girls, 3 boys, 2 more in heaven. So 7, actually. I miscarried early on. Sorry to hear that, Green Bay, but I'm happy for the 5 kids that God's blessed you with. That's for sure. Me and my husband will celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary on July the 31st. He married me with, I was a divorced mother with 3 boys, and I was a single parent for 5 years. It was some of the hardest years I ever went through. And one time I had to go to the trustee because I took a job, and when I took the job, they took away all my food stamps, they upped my rent, they did everything. And I had to pay for my child care, and it was just crazy. There wasn't anything left. And I had to go to the trustee to see if they would help me with my rent. And I was younger then, so I was a lot prettier back then too. And the trustee says, haven't I seen you before? And I said, I don't think so. I don't think you've seen me. She said, yeah, I did. I saw you singing down at the Eagles the other night, at the Eagles Lodge. She said, you're pretty good. I thought, well, that's good. She's going to help me, you know. Then she looked up at me and said, where'd you get that lipstick? And I said, well, probably at a yard sale about 6 months ago. She said, where'd you get the money to be at the Eagles? And I said, well, I had a date. They paid for everything. They paid for my night out, my babysitter, the whole thing. And she said, you know, I wish I had someone that would take me out and do that for me. And I said, well, maybe if you invested in a little bit of lipstick, they might. I really did say that, but thank goodness she helped me. Whew. I had to show her where every penny went, but I did. And thank you, Green Bay. That's really nice of you to say that. I really appreciate that. The older I get, the more I look in the mirror, I see my mom. But a lot of women say that. I always thought that I looked just like my dad, and I did for years, and then something, boom, changed. And Stephanie Cardinal, where you at? I don't see her up there. There she is. Let's see. I've got to see it. Where? Oh, hi, Stephanie. I'm sorry I missed you. Good to see you. Ford, you're just awesome. You're just awesome. I see everybody laughing. Are you laughing at what I'm saying to you? Or are you laughing at each other? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jim 10. But you know what? God must have a big purpose for you because you're here. You're here. And that's a beautiful thing. So God must have a very special purpose for you. Thank you, Green Bay. I sure do, honey. I have the biggest heart I know of. I love everybody, even the ones that ain't so lovable. Sometimes they're the ones that need the most love. And I'll try to love them, but like if they get mean and nasty, well, you got to step back a little bit. But I don't believe in vengeance. I believe in letting God have control. And I do the best that I can, and I trust God to do the rest. I'm still here, which is miraculous in itself. Thank you, Cab 7. Yeah, I was saying earlier before you and Green Bay came in the stream that I wouldn't trade 1 ounce of beauty for the wisdom that I've gained in my 54 years. Not one bit. And I'm thankful. What's your favorite song? Gracie Jane. Wow, that is, you know what? I ought to do it Cab 7 style. Hold on, let me get a drink. I need that. I'm thirsty. Too bad. I might be able to get my husband to play keyboard in the background back here. Are you up for it?
What do you want?
My favorite gospel song. See, it's hard to choose your favorite song because depending on how you're feeling, But if I had to, if someone pinned me down and said, Donna, you got to do your favorite song, it would be a song called How Great Thou Art. Because I've seen God move in my life, one miracle after another. And that's why I'm writing my book. And I want to share that with people because I think you should share when you feel that something supernatural has happened to you. Something has shown you a love that you can't explain, that you know what you know. And I don't feel bad when people don't believe in God and don't understand because they haven't had that experience. But once you've had that experience, it's something you can't deny. And I never thought that I could ever be happy again after my son left this world. I cried so hard for so long. And I still have moments. But I know I'm going to see him again. And that's the peace that passes all understanding. Corey and I used to argue a lot about religion. And, God is not a religion. He's a relationship. It's a personal thing. And I finally quit arguing with him. And 2 weeks before God took him home, he accepted Jesus. And I handled it very calmly. I just was very, very calm. And I said, honey, I'm glad you did that. But when me and my husband got out in the car, we were like, woo-hoo, woo-hoo. And now, I'm glad that I knew that. And I'm glad he found that peace. Thank you, Green Bay. That's just wonderful. On the Billy Graham Crusades, yeah. I remember he came to my hometown when I was younger, and I got to see Billy Graham too. And got to meet him. So I'm thankful that I got to do that. All right. Do you guys want to hear my favorite song? I'm just asking. I got my husband willing to play a little keyboard for me to try it for you this way, see how it works. Would you guys like to hear it? Yes, no, maybe. All right. If you want to hear me do it, let's say it. Let me know. Okay, that's 3 yeses. I ain't got no no's yet. That's good. All right, one more drink. This is iced tea. I can't live without iced tea. I have to have it every day. Never done it this way, but hey, there's a first time for everything, right? All right. Oh Lord, my God, when I, in awesome wonder, consider all the world thy hands have made. I see the stars, I hear the roaring thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. You know, one day we're all going to stand in front of God, give an account for our life. The Bible says that on that day, every knee shall bow and every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. Now, for me, it's not going to be the first time, and it's not going to be the last. And you say, Donna, how do you know that? I'm going to tell you how I know it. God loved this world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. And I'm so thankful to know that I'm going to live forever. And I'm going to see the one that's loved me more than anyone has ever loved me rolled up into one. When Christ shall come with shouts of acclamation to take me home, oh, what joy shall fill my heart. Then I shall bow in humble adoration, and then proclaim, my God, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art, how great thou art, how great thou art. Amen. Thank you. That was my husband, Dennis, back here on keyboard. He plays with me where we go. He plays keyboard. I play guitar. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope those are tears of joy, Angela. It's good because tears clear. Tears just totally wash your soul. They're good for you. Thank you, Green Bay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cap 7. I really appreciate that. Thank you, C No Journey. You got me emotional now. Good to see you, AMC. Good to see you. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Lowe's. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Ford. Much appreciated. Whew. I love you too, Pamela. Can WEG. I don't know what that means. I love you too, Lowe's girl. And I know that God's got a plan even when we don't understand it. I do know that. Thank you, Black Storm. Thank you, C No Journey. Thank you, Kels fam. Thank you, Stephanie Cardinal. I love you too, Gloria. Thank you, AMC. Thank you, Green Bay. I look forward to seeing you again. LONG. I love you too, Angela. You guys are just wonderful. Much love to you too, Shannon Miller. Thank you, C-No. Thank you, Nathan. Love strokes. Or like strokes, but I think you love them. Hey, I'm so glad, Lowe's, that Bigfoot ran, because if he didn't, I wouldn't have what I have today. So now I don't have to put up with him nor his stinky feet. Oh, thank you, Coast Life. I'm just getting so emotional now. I'm overwhelmed with it. Yes, Cap 7. Yep, that's for sure. Thank you, AMC. I got him too. Woo! Thank you, Black Storm. I thank God for Ranchams. That's another story. I don't know if I got enough guts to tell you all of it yet, but I will say that Ranchams almost died when he was 6 months old. And he miraculously lived. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Tam Bear. So good to see you. Thank you, Tam Bear. Hello, hello. Thank you, Chloe. Bigfoot got eaten by the Loch Ness. I tell you what, if the Loch Ness ate Bigfoot, he'd have spit him back out. Oh, yeah. He sure would have. Thank you, Tam Bear. I appreciate it. Husband's name is Dennis, or Donna's husband. That's so funny. That's so funny because a lot of people really do call him Donna's husband. You know, we get a kick out of joking about it. There's lots of stories about that for sure. That's wonderful, Ford. That's wonderful. Well, maybe that's why we clicked on here. What do you think? Huh? Yes, Cat 7. Praise God for miracles. It's a miracle that I'm here. Thank you. Thank you for being part of my miracles. Pardon me?
50 over crowd still got it.
Yeah, the 50 over crowd still got it. You bet we do. We learned a little something by the time we got this far. Are you over 50, Black Storm? Just wondering if you're over 50. I'm glad you're my friend too, Lols. So much. I'm glad all of you are my friend. You know, because I think God put you guys in my life for a reason. And, you know, my grandparents that raised me are gone. All my aunts and uncles are gone. I have a brother that's gone. His son that's gone. My biological mom and dad are gone. I have a best friend that's gone. But I have you guys. You're giving me a reason, you know, to get up. A reason to believe in people and to love them back. Just thank you for guys for being my friend. Thank you, Tam Bear. I'll take any prayer that I can get. I need every one of them. Every one of them. You know, we've got some things coming up. We have some mountains ahead. And I'm praying for a miracle, but, you know, God's given me so many. He's took care of me for so long. I don't know why he would stop today. I'm so blessed to have you guys in my life. Hello, Denise Fiorilla. I'm not very good at pronouncing last names, but you know who I'm talking to. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you, Pamela, for being my family. I definitely need it. And my husband does too. We both do. So. Thank you for being a friend. Travel the road and back again. I've heard Cabs haven't seen that. You're what is it? You're a pal and a confidant. And if I threw a party, invited everyone I knew, you would see the biggest gift would be for me. The card and letter would say, thank you for being a friend. Yeah, that's a great song. That's a great song. Good night, Stephanie. What time's it getting to be?
2.
Oh my goodness, it's 2 a.m. You guys have been so good to stay up with me this long. I love every one of you. I think I'm going to have to let you go, though. I don't want to keep you guys up too late. I want you to get you some rest. If you guys think that if I did this again, you would come back to see me, I would do it again. I would so do it again. God bless you. Thanks for coming with me tonight. Thank you so much.
Yes, always.
Okay, Gracie, I will. I love you too, Gloria. Love you, Shannon. Love you, Denise. Love you, AMC. Thank you, Coast Life. Ford Tools. Kel's fam. I know what sleep, right? The last 2 years, I'm not sure. C-Dub Journey, thank you so much. Denise, thank you for being here. Gracie, you have a wonderful night too. And Jane 10, thank you so much. And AMC, I will. I'll do it more often if you'll come back. I'll do it more often if you'll come back. Sweet dreams, Lowe's. I love you so much. Oh, Shannon, God bless you too, honey. Thank you, Cap 7. You be blessed too. Thank you, Pamela. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. You guys are just amazing. Okay, I'll do it again, Kels. I'll do it again. And you come up with some more tongue twisters for me too. I love you too, Angela. You're on my prayer list every day. C-Dub Journey. I'm glad you'll be back. Thank you for tools. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shannon. You're an inspiration to me too. And Cap 7, if I could give you a hug, I'd already done it. On time 74, thank you. Black Storm, thank you. Thank you guys so much. Please keep me in your prayers. Thank you, Pam. And I'll see you again real soon. God bless you.